Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Thank God It's Friday SEO session with Radiant Freedom and Jason Ross. Jason, are you here to educate us a little bit more on SEO to continue with the education? You can hear me rubbing my hands together in excitement.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
Nice. That's
And
exactly what I want.
and actually, this time around, we have something a little bit more informal and fun planned.
Great.
So, glad that we've got some guests on here because you'll be getting a chance to be a little bit more interactive in this one than we have been for the first three of them.
Wonderful. That's so good.
So,
That's great news.
yeah. So today we're doing part 2 of lesson 2, and just to recap for any newcomers here, in part 1 we were talking in great detail about backlinks and authority and how they benefit you. And in part 2, what we'll be covering is a quick review of authority. Then we'll be going on into a live demo of Moz and how you can use that to find out what the authority ratings of your website are, as well as I'll, in the review, go over a quick reason why you want to use Moz's ratings as opposed to Google's own direct ratings, and as well as go over how to check your Moz ratings and your backlinks on Moz so you can see who's linking to your website. So just to recap what authority is, it's basically a measure of how trustworthy or authoritative your website is. And it's taken originally from Google's domain rank and page rank ratings, which are in short DR and PR, which is the rating system Google uses as part of their algorithm to determine where a website should rank in searches. And generally, the higher the number you have, generally the higher you'll tend to rank in searches that you're relevant for. And that's really determined by how many websites are linking to your website. But Google only publishes that, usually every few months or so, so it's not frequent enough to be useful for, a marketer who's trying to move their websites up and see what's effective and what's not. So Moz luckily came up with their own variation of that, which very closely approximates Google's rankings, except that Google chose to use a scale of 5, whereas Moz uses a scale of up to 100. So it's a little bit more precise as well. It's updated regularly, like more frequently than Google does. So, and the scale runs logarithmically, so the higher the number you get, the more links and the more quality your links have to be in order to move up to the next number. So if anyone has any questions about authority, you can unmute yourselves. And
I think in the last presentation you actually
now
showed us Moz, so it's actually a really cool tool. I'd recommend everyone going and checking it out and using it.
Yes, and last time I only had a couple of minutes, and there's some problems with the toolbar not doing the things I wanted it to. So this time I'm actually logged into Moz itself. I'm on their homepage right now, which you'll be seeing that in a moment. And in fact, so Moz, here's the address for their website. So it's www.moz.com. Now, I'll also be looking for volunteers to get your website looked at and evaluated on Moz to see where you're ranking in terms of authority and links. And without any further ado, I'm going to move over onto Moz here. So this, when you first come onto the site, this will be the page you'll originally see, their home page. And now, as you can see, I'm already logged in. So what I'm going to do is scroll down to the bottom here. And if you check this backlink research and click on that, then you'll get to the part that we'll be looking at today. Now, I think, Odin, last time around you wanted to get your Canadian marketing team site looked at, and we didn't really have much time to go over it in any detail, so we'll start with you.
Let's work on Sylvia's, though, instead.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
All right, so Sylvia, if you want to share your website with me, we'll be happy to take a look at yours.
She says that she's building a new website, which is good because actually, guess what? Jason actually builds websites out very affordably too. I need to start with searching the name to see if it's available. But here it is. It's DEVINELASERS.com, divinelasers.com.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that actually.
And she says that it
I think we met in person before.
I think that, and she says that right now she's not very happy with it.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's perfect because it's perfect
Yeah.
because we can give you good advice and good information, and we can help you with this. This is what you're here to do.
It looks like she has something else for us in the chat. No, it's just the same message. Just started flashing it at me again. Okay, so all right, so we have your site up here, Sylvia. So if you want to unmute yourself, we can get a back and forth going. And maybe if Sylvia, if you can unmute yourself, Odin, can you try unmuting her?
She's good. Good to go.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. All right, so for all of you on here, this is Sylvia, and she's kindly decided to share her website, divinelasers.com. Now, she has mentioned she is redoing her website as well, so but we'll be taking a look at this and take a look at.
Everything reflects from Calgary, and now I'm here living out here on the coast.
Yeah. So
well, what's really nice though, if we put this into context, most of the people that are going to be watching this are going to be in a very similar situation. So, because a lot of people don't really know much about search engine optimization, or that it takes 12 to 18 months and then ongoing maintenance to actually have it work for a business. So, I think that you're the perfect example for today. Thank you so much.
Yeah. In fact, many people often think that SEO is something you just do it one time and then your website just magically is ranking on the top page after just doing a single, one-off thing.
What's funny is that many people
unfortunately, if only that were true.
Many people also think, Jason, that is the same with marketing. They think that they can create one marketing piece, send it out maybe one or two times, and then, oh, my marketing didn't work. Well, marketing is an ongoing, every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year build-up process. So I think it's just important to let people know that there is work involved in this, but it's the good kind of work. It's the one that actually puts money in your bank account.
Exactly. So what we'll do is first take a look at your authority, which looks like basically there wasn't really much SEO work done on this site. So your domain authority is 12 out of 100, and that's the authority, of course, for the entire divinelasers.com domain. Page authority, so that's specific to your home page, is 23, which not surprised that your home page would be higher than your overall domain, seeing as how probably the majority of the links coming into your website would be going into your home page. So what you see over here is it shows links to Moz just discovered, so they haven't discovered any within the last couple of months, anything new. So then here's showing established links that Moz already knows about. So 4 going in to your root domain, and so that would be divinelasers.com, and 47 in total. So that's the information at the top is really a very summary type information. Spam score, this would be the score of like how many different indicators of your site being spammy or low quality there is. And a couple of these things is okay. That's very low percentage. You can even get up to 3 and it's still only be 4% likely that your site would be penalized. And and since I know you haven't been on some of the previous, that's just basically when you're penalized, that's a bad thing. That means that you're getting either your site's being made harder to move it up the rankings, or you're being limited how high you can rank. So that's a thing to avoid. So now when you get down here, this is where the fun stuff happens. So this is where you can actually take a look at who is currently linking to your site. So this one here looks like you have Inside Vancouver links to your site. So you can actually go to here. In fact, we'll do that right now and take a look at what type of link you have. So it looks like somebody wrote an article about you. Okay, so I guess there's probably a picture there. It's not loaded yet. But it looks like somebody wrote an article about you, and then somewhere in this on this page they linked back to your website. It could be in the comments or in the main article itself. Now, if we go back here, we can see here that the link is your name. So if we just do a quick search, we'll need to move my control panel out of the way. So we'll do a quick search. Oops, there's an old search.
This is cool. You make me want to do this for my
Sylvia.
company.
All right.
Cool.
So it looks like it's not showing up in here right now. So it's probably somewhere down in the comments that hasn't loaded up yet. So it'd have to probably scroll down a ways. So this is probably a link that came from a comment that you posted on this article.
Yeah,
this is a no follow, so this means that this one would probably not be. Sorry, yeah?
It was just a comment I saw. I saw my name there.
Yeah, so it looks like this one. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess the search just wasn't finding it. That's no worries, but yeah. Okay, no worries. So yeah, so that basically what created a link back to your site by doing that. Now, as long as you're doing those in a way that's relevant to the topic at hand, that's no problem with that. And now this next one here, it says no follow. What that means is that there's actually extra information included in the code there that's basically telling search engines and other automated programs scraping the web for contents not to follow that link, which basically means that this particular link is probably not really going to contribute anything to your overall SEO. And then this one here, again, links back to your website, looks like. Possibly either another article that you either referenced you, that you commented on, or a directory that you listed your site on. Now you're seeing these authority ratings for these pages, so these individual pages, you notice their authority ratings are quite low. Of course, in this case here, it's an individual article. It probably just doesn't have many links into that article. But then you notice that the overall domain, though, is actually, middle edge is actually pretty good rating at 46. It takes a fair bit of work to get up to that level. Same thing with 41. So this link overall can potentially contribute a fair bit, to that authority ratings of 12 and 23 that you have at the top there.
Okay.
Okay, looks like this site's being a bit funny about loading, unfortunately. So we'll take a look at that right now. So right now though, you notice these things here, you can have target this page. So I can now let's say change this target to this root domain and might see more links show up. So yeah, now we have 17 links to look at. So we have some other
so basically what
here.
What
you can do is take a look here.
So just for clarity, Jason, what we're doing is we're assessing the strength and authority using this tool on the website, and we're showing a graph of saying, hey, are you interested in having more authority in the marketplace? If you're interested in having more authority in the marketplace, this tool will show you exactly what we need to focus on in order to build up your authority point by point by point. That's what you're doing, saying. Perfect.
And also can help you to identify links that aren't helping you or that might even be detrimental by having them, leading to your website.
Is there a cost for
say if you see a site here with there is a free account. You can also get paid accounts, which will unlock additional features.
Okay.
Which, if you're really serious about your SEO, some of those features can be very worthwhile. And give you a much more in-depth look at what's going on. There are features including things that can help automatically, identify and for you things like broken links on your website, which both detract from the user experience, so they're good to catch. Plus, they can also start hurting your overall scores of your website and start hurting your SEO as well by leaving them there.
I'm actually, when you're done with Sylvia, I want to check mine out now. Or ours.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious. Aren't you, Sylvia?
Yes, absolutely.
It's a
So
pretty cool tool.
now here's another thing to look at. Here's these. What this here is that's actually the link that the text that appears on the link into your website. So, for example, this one is linking to your site with the text. Wait, no, this is link anchor text here. So this one is, linking to your site via an image. From this one here. And this is the title of the website, so breast laser therapy.
So from here,
So
you're
most of these
a full SEO, 12-month SEO program essentially from this information. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
A combination of this information, some other stuff we'll be taking a look at later on, which is how to research your keywords, which basically is where you pick what you want your site to be relevant for, so that tells the search engines basically which searches you're actually going to show up in the list for.
Cool.
And as well as set how relevant you are by how much content you use talking about specific topics.
Does this print out into a Word document for me? Like, could you print this out and I could take a look at it? Is there an option like that?
I'm not seeing one.
Okay.
It's also possible those options might be locked away in the paid for accounts to export reports like this.
It's pretty darn cool.
Control C, Control.
Because I know that you can.
Good point, Sylvia. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get that, you can, just select copy and paste.
Yep.
Well, let's check out a couple of websites just to give some other ideas.
Yeah.
Let's check out. So, there's two: the Canadian Marketing Team, and then there's also another one called the Real Estate JV Club. I'm interested in seeing that.
Yeah, I'll get to that. There's actually something I was going to quickly show you my own website, because there's also another thing I want to show you to do with backlinks.
Yeah.
Which I just actually noticed earlier today when I was, reviewing, Moz. And that's another way that you can get links leading into your site. Now, this one here is actually one I'm thinking about here. So if you take a look at this one, I'll just close a few extra tabs. That might help speed some things up. Okay, so this here is someone else's blog, and if you scroll down here, first you see here the text 1% of consumers, then you head over to here, and this point here, says this text 1% of consumers.
I don't see that.
And if you click on it, okay, it would be down at the bottom here. It's this thing here, and if you I click on that link, it's actually linking back to my original article on my own website. So this is one of the ways that your backlinks can grow organically, is by publishing content that other people found valuable. Eventually, the owners of, this site, pageprogressive.com, in one of their articles decided to reference information I talked about in this article and then link back to it. So that created an organic backlink to my site. So that's one of the things that it'll eventually start to happen just simply by plugging away at it and just keep producing high quality content. And that's where the contents and the blog articles that you're posting to your own website can eventually lead to backlinks. Now, another example of a way you can get them, which I'm going to show you, is this YVR Startups article here.
Oh,
and
interesting.
What this is actually an article that I wrote for somebody else's website. So as a guest article where I talked about on YVR Startups website about how to do security on your website and protect yourself from getting hacked.
Cool.
Which unfortunately I've run into more websites than I would like to that have been hacked, that I've had to fix up or deal with in some way or other, and then go with the owners on how to protect them from that. So I felt it was important to write articles about that to hopefully limit how many times people have to deal with that headache. So anyways, now we'll move on to Canadian marketing teams. That was the thing I wanted to show you, just because those are a couple of specific things I wanted to bring up.
I'm interested to see what the domain authority is. It's fascinating. I know. I mean, we just do marketing. We haven't really focused on SEO.
Yeah.
That's where you come in. Oh, not wow.
Yeah, so it's 11, which means right now looks like it's not showing that there's any external established links
No, never worked on
going into
that.
here. So looks like you have a couple of links from Meetup,
Yeah.
freeworkshop.com. So these look like links from your own pages and accounts that you've set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
you can tell that I haven't worked on that, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. And your page authority is at 1. That would be for your home page. So it's definitely something you need to work on.
Yeah, well, I focused on the marketing. I didn't focus on
And
SEO. So I mean, but it's all at the end of the day. It comes down to how much time you've got and who you can outsource to. So this is really cool. Can we check out a different one?
Yeah.
One that's been around for longer?
Yeah, certainly. One thing I was also going to mention is here on the filters. Right now I have it set to only external.
Okay.
If we set it to say to only internal, then you can also see what internal links you have on your site. So this one looks like it's only has a redirect link internally where we say all pages. So now we can see, let's say, so it looks like there's not a lot of links on the site even within its internal navigation.
I use the site for one purpose and one purpose only. It's to drive traffic and get people to our free lunch marketing boot camps. So Real Estate JV Club, let's check that one out. That one's been around a long time. Real Estate JV Club.
JV,
like joint venture club.
Yeah.
.com. There you go. Oh yeah, that one's a bit better.
Yeah, and you're also showing, let's see, a few established links. So it looks like you have. So it's going to go to only internal.
Yeah.
So then we can see how many links you have internally, which
I worked on this website.
Which, depending on the way your site is set up, these can actually create some boost to specific pages on your site.
Mm-hmm.
They won't boost your domain overall, but they can boost the authority of individual pages on there to a certain extent. But of course, I
got a 5 out of 7
number one critical
score. That's horrible.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at that in a moment because
that's the worst.
Yeah, that's something we'll want to take a look at and see how we can fix that up. So now I switch this over to only external. So now we can see here that we have. Okay, so these are a few redirect links.
Yeah.
So no title site. So these would be just your raw URL links, which is fine. They're one of the things that you do want to be careful of with your links is the anchor text. If you get too much anchor text, it's all one thing, then that can actually start contributing to search engines starting to read your site as being spammy.
Interesting.
But if it's just your raw URL, that normally shouldn't be a problem. The title of your site should be, in other words, a branded link text should be usually okay as long as it's done in moderation. Usually what those thresholds are before you'll start getting into trouble is something you need to really look at. What are the industry standards in your industry? Because each industry will be different. Some of them, might be standard to have maybe 50% will be just your raw URL, 20% branded, and the remainder could be the various topic specific text, or so like in paragraph type text.
This is very fascinating, Jason.
Yeah.
What a cool tool. So where do we take it from here? We have a couple minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So now, so what we'll do is take a look at the spam score since you have some stuff on here. So we'll take a look at, so you have basic, here we go. We get so the main contributors to your spam score. So low Moz trust or Moz rank score. So that would be your low authority ratings. Makes your link profile not trustworthy. Large site with few links.
Yeah,
so
it's a gigantic site with very few links.
Yeah, so that contributes to it.
Okay.
So
and I can reduce that by working on those.
Yeah. Yes. Also, small, proportion of branded links. So that was the thing we were just talking about a moment ago. So if you work on getting some of your links, let's say have your company name or website name in it, then as well as other types of text, then that'll help eliminate this one. So that would drop you right there from a 5 down to a 4. Adding more internal links into your, so improving your site's navigational structure, both for this site and your Canadian marketing team site, will help as well. For
and I have to
eliminating.
learn. Basically, there's two things that are happening. Either I have to learn how to do it myself, which is what you're showing us, or I should probably hire you.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh man, this is crazy. This is, but I understand the value of doing it. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when will it be done.
Yes. And the other one is no contact info on your site. So if you had something like a contact page, looks like we've got a comment in the chat.
Yeah, well, it's just a comment to my comment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sylvia was being funny. Cool.
Yeah,
so it's
now here's the other thing, is you can see is our research shows that 11% of sites with this many flags are being penalized. So that's about 1 in 10. And as I mentioned before, if your number is down around, say, 3, then you're down to 4%. If it's 1, then it's less than 1% that'll be penalized. So you're getting into that threshold where it's going to start becoming, a major problem for you. So you definitely want to work on fixing up these.
Well, that particular website was actually hacked and was down for quite some time. So I managed to fix it up, put the security into it, and now with these 5 points, I'll fix these 5 points up. So that's not too difficult.
Yeah,
but it's pretty.
Probably the most.
It's cool that
probably the most difficult one. Yeah, probably the most difficult one to fix up will be the low Moz trust score, because that means you just need to spend some time working on bringing your rankings up a bit, so that now what we're going to do is go back to your inbound links section here. So, all right, so does anyone have any questions? It looks like we're actually getting on to a half an hour here.
Yeah, we're done. We're done for our time. I loved it personally. I thought it was very insightful, and I have an action plan ahead of me. I think that everyone else listening will probably say the same thing.
All right, so again, website was moz.com that we're doing this live demo on. And so this is then the end of lesson 2, part 2. So if there's no other questions, let's go on to telling you that in lesson 3, which will be in 2 weeks' time, same time, same place, we'll be covering a silo structure for your websites and going over what that is and how that benefits your SEO.
So basically, you're going to help
actually play in
problems.
Yes.
Cool.
And that'll play into some of the things we're looking at just now with internal linking and how those can help boost the authority of individual pages within your site by using a silo structure. Now, I usually like to use a bit of a modified silo structure, so I don't go 100% pure silo, because I also want to balance out SEO ranking with user friendliness and people being able to move around your websites.
And the only reason I know anything about silo is because you mentioned it last time. Otherwise, it was a brand new term. It's industry jargon, and I didn't understand what silo was. But what it is, it's a if you've ever seen a grain silo or whatever it was, it's a structure that's stacked up upon itself that all feeds on each other. Am I right on that one?
Yeah, basically.
Perfect.
I'll be showing you demos of that, diagrams and examples of how a silo structure looks like and works.
Exciting.
In the next, webinar. So we'll see you then. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me by email at jasonross@radiantfreedom.com. You can also go to my website at www.radiantfreedom.com, both of which are on the screen right now. And hope to get to see all of you in 2 weeks' time. If you want to review this, or you know somebody else that you think would benefit from this information, these webinars are going up both on Odin's channel and mine on YouTube, which next time around will make sure I have my YouTube channel on there. But it's basically youtube.com/ I think it's C/Radiant Freedom, or you can just use YouTube search and search Radiant Freedom, and you'll find my channel.
And you can check out Odin Xavier and find my channel too, and subscribe to it, because we're looking for those 1,000 subscribers and plus, just like all of you guys are. Thank you so much, Jason. Really awesome presentation today.
Yeah. Also, I'll point out, if you find my channel, you can find Odin's channel, because I've actually linked to Odin's channel in the recommended channels section.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Jason. We'll stop the recording, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a pleasure helping you all out with your SEO, and looking forward to helping you again in 2 weeks.
Perfect.